like dynamite.
Okay guys, so in the beginning we were going to show you how the track actually came together, how we started, and it was all about the initial idea I had for a breakdown which is very atmospheric, and in the beginning we had a vocal which we actually did not use.
Yeah, we couldn't use it anymore. We started it, or Thomas started it with the top line that we got, but in the end we can't use it anymore. We have the new vocal, we show it in a later capital.
So this vocal served as an inspiration, but we got rid of it throughout the production process.
Exactly.
So I'm going to show you how I started the track. First of all, I had this sound here. It's called Childhood Home Piano. So I created this melody, which I think is kind of like haunting and
it has mysterious, yeah.
Mysterious.
You can also hear the crackling and the piano noises. Really nice, sampled by Ableton.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, and also the longer build-ups are really like having their comeback since 1 or 2 years. Before that, everyone was doing like 8-bar build-ups basically throughout the whole thing. And now with like the big tech house hype, I guess, we're back with longer build-ups, more hype. And yeah, that's what we did here, like repeating, looping, different to the first one.
So we added some more elements.
More snare rolls, more drums,
claps,
automation of course as well, and then yeah, go back. Also, if you recognized right away, you can see it here as well. We started with like a full drum arrangement now from the start to make this a different entry in comparison to the first drop. So we started without any drums. And here we
give them the full package.
Exactly. Something we do most of the time as well. I think like pretty standard arrangement technique, I guess. So let's move to the group processing right here. This one's quite a big plugin chain, to be honest.
Yeah. Spend some time on that one.
Yeah. Sounds like this without.
A lot of low end, right?
Yeah, and a little bit dull. Let's have a listen. Comes to life quite a bit. Let's go one by one this time, maybe. Again, Ableton Saturator, we just talked about it.
Here we go.
Yeah, just pushes it out a little bit.
And gives a little bit more headroom, you know?
Yeah, some EQing.
Yeah. Getting rid of the low end because we don't need that. Just
difference is quite huge actually.
And we needed to free up some space for the low end, for the bass and the kick.
Yeah. Then we got the L1 right here. Just doing a little bit of limiting already. We limit a lot at the end of the groups. Here we did a little bit early. Maybe that's also how the track came together. Happens sometimes. So let's have a look at the drums. We changed something out here to make it a bit more techno, basically, to give this like more of a main stage techno vibe, and also added some like little fills. Maybe we can start with this one. It's just a snare fill right here, basic stuff. Some of it pans a little bit. We didn't do it on all of them. So it goes left to right a little bit here towards the end of the drop. Then we added this revealed tech house loop, or I think it's a techno loop, not a tech house loop.
It's from the techno sample.
Shout out to the revealed samples and libraries. Sounds like this when it's added. Some filthy, dirty hi-hat to add more drive to it.
Yeah, I love the drive of that loop. Yeah, it really did a lot.
What we then changed with Hardwell's feedback was the second drop. If I remember correctly, he wanted it to be a little bit more EDM, like back to the old school kind of vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we did here is change up some of the drums and also, as you heard already, the lead sound. So the old lead sound on the second drop was still this one. Just with a little more effects floating around basically. And what we did then was this.
Light it up like dynamite.
So super high, kind of old school gliding layer that's coming in.
But still kind of like fresh, you know. It adds something on top of the first drop. So it's a variation, it's a new element, and it has a lot of energy on top of the rest. We felt cool with it, and Hotwell actually
loved it.
Loved it.
Yes.
Light it up like dynamite.
This one is the Ozone Imager. I use this a lot. I do this in multi-band mode usually, widening the top and like a mid-band right here. And then this one also has a little widening in the middle. Sounds like this.
Opens it up.
Opens it up. You can hear it where the hi-hats are as well, I think. Also kind of adds a little bit of perceived loudness if you fill up the sides a little bit more. This one is a little bit of a trick to push out the mid frequencies a bit more. Now you'll say we EQ'd them out here, but sometimes you change your decisions and change your mind. So this is the dry signal. And then this one has like a super compressed version of the mix down. Why don't we have this one? Thomas has the license, don't worry.
I actually have it.
Let's move on.